Good afternoon, everybody. This is Giles from Stubbs Gazette. I'm an account manager. Just wanted to shoot this video really quick for you today. And what I'm going to do in this video is reveal the #1 secret that gives Stubbs Gazette one of the highest collection ratios out there on behalf of our clients. So I'm going to give you the big reveal. Now, before I actually get into all of that, I want to just tell you about some of the challenges that are faced by the credit controllers, by the credit managers, financial controllers. And this is a conversation that we have pretty much every day of the week when we ask the question. And we're told things like, well, it's the workload. We simply have too much to do. And obviously then they'll tell us that it's the timelines that we're working to. Things like the resources, we simply don't have the head count for doing all of this work. And then there's always going to be exceptions to the rule. It's the likes of my boss plays golf with that guy on every second Friday of the month, so I can't go sending him harsh letters, etc. So we hear all that, we listen to you. But the thing is, when it comes to collecting money, the magic bullet is simply two things. It's consistency and escalation. Consistency in terms of approaching it in a systematic way and doing things as and when they fall due. The escalation piece is all around, if you say you're going to do something, well then go and do it. Now, what I'd like to do is just very quickly walk you through our own collections platform that we use here in Stubbs Gazette daily. And what I want you to bear in mind is those two elements, the consistency and the escalation. So I'm just going to jump in here and into the dashboard itself. Now this is our test dashboard. So this is where we have all of the dummy accounts. Now the first thing I want to tell you about is the fact that on our settings we set to automate. That just means that the system takes care of the schedule itself. So what you'll notice is on day 1, once a file is uploaded, a payment request letter goes out. On day 5, that's followed by a text message. I could do a whole other webinar on text messaging and how effective it is for collecting money. Day 7, an urgent demand. Day 11, a text message. Final demand, day 13, day 17, text message, and then a pre-legal letter. And that's what we call our extensive treatment plan. Essentially, you are in the debtor's face for 19 days solid. That will focus their attention. So that's the first thing that we do. We automate everything. And it just means that that whole issue around workload, I don't have time, that goes away straight away. The next thing that we do is we upload our debtor. So I can upload just one debtor and add the details, or I can upload a batch of debtors. So let's say I have 200 files that I need to put on treatment plan. Well, just literally within a couple of clicks they can be up and live on the system. So then I have A limited, B limited, and so on. And I can group the activities. So if I wanted to send a batch of urgent demands, a batch of final demands, etc., etc. I can also mark as paid. So typically what happens is once you set this up, it's literally set and forget. The next action that the credit controller has to do is to go in and mark the debt as paid, part paid, or whatever the situation might be. It's that simple. And then subsequent letters will reflect the new balance on that particular account, and the payment plan continues. And obviously there's going to be situations where you have a query on the account, somebody is looking for an invoice, a proof of delivery, and in that case you simply pause the treatment plan. And the system will automatically pick that up from the point at which you left it and then continue on if payments are not forthcoming. Now, Interestingly enough, we have a calendar of events, so I can take a look at any point in time to see what activities have been taking place on which accounts. That's an absolute must, because if you send out say 100 letters at a time, you have to have bums on seats, because we know that when a Stubbs Gazette letter reaches its destination, it produces an action from the debtor. So you want to make sure that you have the right people in situ to answer those calls. Here's where it gets interesting. We have an analysis function. So reporting now becomes a couple of clicks of a mouse. You simply go in, you can have a helicopter view if you're just talking at management level, or you can do custom reports, and you can run set dates from and to, the status of the customer, so they're paid, they're unpaid, they could be paused, and you simply hit the report button and then the system will do the rest. Obviously, this being a dummy account, we only have our test figures in there. So that's really all I wanted to show you on the live demonstration. I'm going to shoot another video, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to take you through an actual case study. This is one of our clients that basically gave us 20 files to test. That's all it was. Total value of the files was 189,000 euros. The files hadn't been worked on for quite some time, and what we managed to do will actually startle you in terms of the money that was sitting on the table when they put this automated treatment plan into effect. Would you believe, straight away we collected 41,000 euros and we have a commit to pay of 19,000. So for the very small fee that they would have paid, remembering that this was a test, we managed to get them the guts of about 60,000 straight away that they simply weren't addressing in-house. So in terms of call to action, if you want to know more, please watch the next video in the sequence, but as well as that, by all means contact Stubbs Gazette. You can ask for Giles, you can ask for Paul. We'll be more than happy to sit down with you and have a look at your own debtors file and give you our honest appraisal as to what we might be able to achieve. But please take action, don't leave the money on the table. Thanks again for watching, hope you found it interesting. Talk soon.